Welcome to the Ordinary Guy Garage. I'm Scott, still an ordinary guy. So today I'm going to go over where we're at with the S10, answer a couple of questions I had in comments, and show where we're going, what our plan is for this weekend. So hang tight. All right, well, been making a lot of progress on this S10, and I gotta tell you, it's really nice having two of us working on this. I mean, Bean has always helped me with my other one, or with my, not my other one, with my S10, this one's his. He's always helped me out with it. In fact, he helped me build the Chevy. He's helped me with the El Camino. I mean, anything that's got nuts and bolts on it, he is usually out here helping me. It's a little bit different with the S10 because one, he's much older than he was when we were building these, and he could really turn a wrench. So he's been cleaning and painting everything, which anybody who's built a car knows. Holy moly, the scraping, the painting, the cleaning, the degreasing, I mean, it just wears on you. It's just so much to do. And then when you're fabricating and building other stuff at the same time, you know, this is, in my opinion, this is probably why a lot of cars end up getting, you know, project cars end up getting on Facebook or, you know, Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or what have you to just be sold off, because I think people get burned out. They get down in the weeds and get burned out, you know, so you got to push your way through it. And it's great having somebody helping me or doing part of it. So that way I could focus. I was able to spend a little bit more time on his traction bars because of that. So really good stuff. So he's off today from school. He'll be out here in a little bit. So this is kind of a first thing in the morning. I haven't even lit the fireplace out here yet. Kind of go over where we're at and where we're going with it. So a couple of questions I had. One, excuse me. The 1-inch lowering blocks that I got, these were, I think they were $5.99 or $5.95, something like that. Let's say $6. I got these at Summit Racing. So ordered those. The other ones, the aluminum ones, they're more expensive. The ones I put on my truck are billet, so they're just, you know, machined out of a chunk and not cast. So they're a lot more heavy duty. The ones I had on it previously were like this, but made out of aluminum and even thinner. You know, so, and they were probably about twice as much as these. So Summit Racing is where you get those. I had another, I've had another person asking me about door panels, about the aluminum door panels that I made for mine, and wants to know about cost and all that for me making a set for them. So I'm working on it. I have to get down and, I don't know the materials cost offhand, and I've been really wrapped up in this, trying to get this S10 ready to go. We're not even into, you know, we're supposed to, the 15th, we're supposed to have a test and tune, but, you know, right now it's raining, and it's supposed to rain next week. So we're probably not, I would guess to say, which usually happens here because we get a lot of weather, you know, and it's kind of cold. So a track usually doesn't, they try to open it in April usually, and sometimes you'll get off 1 or 2 races, and you know, before you could even get into the actual season, which may not even be for another month or 2. I don't know. It all depends on the weather. So, but we're trying to get this thing done, so that way we're at least ready, because I'm a participant in Murphy's Law. So whatever can happen to me usually does. So if I don't have the trucks ready to go, the track will open. That's, the weather doesn't work in my favor. If the trucks aren't, if the trucks aren't ready to go, if the trucks aren't ready to go, the track will open. If the trucks are ready to go, the track won't open. So I'm kind of like, you know, what do I do? Because obviously I have control over it. So anyways, door panels, I'd address that. I'm addressing the lowering blocks. Those come from Summit. The other one is bushings, leaf spring bushings. Now, I would love to make a set of leaf spring bushings. In fact, I'm thinking about making some for my pickup. I use the Energy suspension ones that are like the not neoprene, neoprene is like dive suits, urethane. I used the urethane bushings in mine, and what I did, I don't really want to open this package. This is a lower bushing for an A-arm, but this lip right here, you can see what I did. I got the Energy suspension ones, and I used a razor blade and I cut those off. It was before I had my lathe, because I could churn urethane on the lathe. Yeah, urethane. So that's what I did on mine. But I'm thinking about going to the aluminum ones on mine, making some for that, and also doing them all throughout the back. Bean's truck, I've only done the aluminum ones for the front, and then we'll address the back later. We're taking a lot of this in steps on his truck. We got to do a lot of bites, little small bites. So there's some bushings that are like for the front end that are good-ish. They're not bad. So we're running them like they are, because we can't go after every little detail. And this is kind of where I was talking about earlier in this about projects. You know, you got to draw the line. You know, I love roadkill, and Freiberger says, "Don't get it right, just get it running." And you know, there's a delicate balance there, but it's true. You know, if you wait for all the little details to be perfect, you know, something that you could get done in a couple of months or a year or two could end up taking, you know, 10 years, and then you get burned out. So we're just getting it done. It's going to be safe, but we're getting it done. So the issue I'm going to have with making bushings, and you can help me out with this. Anybody can help me out. Let me know what you think, or where I might be able to get it. But that eye bushing right there, I think that's called an eye bushing. The bushings I made for Bean's leaf springs, I took that old sleeve, which is hardened. I took it out of the old rubber bushing and used that in there. I need that sleeve to make the bushings. Now those sleeves are kind of like a roll pin, so they're not perfect. You know, they're not perfectly round, and they're really hard to churn. If I don't have that size, like, you know, inside of his, I opened it up, and then I milled in the center of it and got it as close to free spinning as I could, but it does hang up a little bit in a couple spots, which isn't a big deal on a bushing because it doesn't move a lot on the leaf spring bushing. It's not going to move a lot, so it should be okay. But I need that eye thing. So I don't know if you want me to make you a set and you have those and you want to send them to me, I could use those because I could fit them as I'm building the bushings. Or if anybody knows where I can buy those bushings that aren't like $40 a piece, I don't think I can get them down at the scrap metal or the metal place because they need to be hardened. So if anybody knows, please drop it in the comments, let me know, so that way I can get some of those ordered and I can make some of those bushings, because like I said, I'd love to make them for my truck and the rest of them for Beans, and I'd love to make them up and sell them. So help me out with that, guys. So that being said, enough of me yakking, let's look at some stuff. All right, let's start off right here. Here's the 8.8. My goal for today, or in the next, tomorrow, is to have this mounted in the truck. It's all cut, welded, clean, painted. I got it all back together yesterday. This actual unit here, this limited slip unit, is a leftover one from my truck. This rear end had one in it, but it was, you know, had a couple 100,000 miles on it. All that stuff in there is new, so those are all new clutches and everything. So when I first put mine together, I used stuff that had a couple 100,000 miles on it. So you don't need to change all that, but I did because I had it. It was just laying around. I wasn't going to use it, so I saved it for something like this. So that's that. Rear end's about ready to go in. Over here, the front end right here is cleaned, all painted, about ready to go back together. That's Bean's side project right there he's been working on. That's going to be a pit bike. That'll be cool riding around the pits. So that's front end's ready to go back together. He's got the rear end out right there. We're going to pull off the bed today. The bed's coming off today and the gas tank's coming out. We're gonna replace some lines underneath there, clean the frame and paint it, all of that. We're gonna have to make some modifications to the bed too. He's got all of the suspension parts cleaned and painted. All right there, so that'll all be ready to go in today. So we're gonna put the front end back together today and have it back on wheels, the front. And hopefully we'll have it back on wheels on the back by the end of the weekend. Hopefully Saturday we'll have all that done. So today being Friday. Anything else? My truck, haven't touched it. The Chevy, got it running good, but it's raining so we can't drive it. There's Bean coming in. Another day of grinding and painting and scraping and cleaning and as usual. So, all right, well, we're gonna get to it. Gonna get the fire going and check back later. Well, needless to say, there's a whole lot we got to get done on this, so we're going to be wrapped up today pretty good. So I'll try to give another update as we get a little bit farther along, maybe tomorrow morning, and I definitely make a video installing the rear end and all that stuff. So as far as the front suspension, I've done that on my truck a few times, and I have a couple videos of that already. So that's going to be it for right now. So thanks for watching, subscribing, comments, and leave comments. See you next time.